You're listening to an old episode of MGM. Sorry, guys. If you want to watch new stuff, go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays to support us, and we will, it'll fund our drinking problems to create more Metal Gear Mondays. And the cycle continues.
This week on Metal Gear Mondays, Old Snake retires to South America. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, welcome to Metal Gear Mondays, the Metal Gear Solid Book Club-style podcast where we cover all of the Metal Gear Solid games in chronological order from top to bottom, inside and out. And as always, I am your host, Alessio Summerfield, and this week I am joined by Isaac Lim.
Oh, hi.
Sam Wright.
Dude. Hey.
And this week we have a returning guest and a very, very special friend to the show, Nick Freda.
Hello there.
Nick.
The only normal introduction.
Nick, I think you might be the most attended guest. What do you think?
Wow.
Do you think you are? I'm not sure. How many times have you been on this show? Do you know?
Maybe 2 or 3. 3 or 4.
5 or
3 or 4. 2, 3 or 4.
Do I hear 7?
I think currently it's probably Zach.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's got to be Zach.
Well, but like Nick has had like full episodes where it's like we've had an episode where it was like just me and Nick. I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
That's
true.
a good point.
Anyway, we'll never know.
Well, I'm happy to be here, folks.
Yeah, thank you. Before we get super into it, Nick, just as a refresher, because we have been kind of seeing more listeners these days than we have before, do you mind refreshing people as to what you do, also podcast related, that they might know you from?
Yeah, so we have Cameron Hill and I, we have a podcast called Grindcore, the RPG podcast, and that is where we go deep diving into different RPGs. We've done games like Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger. We're currently playing Deus Ex, and so we just cover the narrative, gameplay, story structures. It's a lot of fun. I recommend giving it a listen. You can search for us on all of your favorite podcast places. So.
Awesome. And the last episode that you guys put out had the alumni. You guys are like an alumni Metal Gear Mondays show. You guys had Zach and Cameron and yourself.
That's true.
I said you would recommend they give it a listen, but would I? And the answer is yes, I would recommend you give it a listen.
Thank you. We share guests between shows.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's like a trade.
We pass Zach around.
Yeah, we all take off our hats and then put on other hats and just record you guys' show like right after this.
Yeah,
we pass Zach around like a delicious bottle of Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Oh no!
Oh,
take sips,
Sam.
Okay, cool. Well, before we get into this week's topic, which is going to be Metal Gear Solid 4 Act 2, Part 1. There are a lot of numbers in there. I did want to address 2 quick things. Actually, 3 quick things because I'm super absent-minded. So on the last episode, we did our side op, which is traditionally our listener response episode. There was a listener who responded to my response to their response, and I apologize, but I have totally shuffled things around and cannot figure out who you were or what you said. But I did want to just say sorry. We also had a tweet from I am mad as fuck, aka at EBK_Lil_Matt, who said, OMG AC Summerfield, I wanted to tell you this before you all recorded MGM. You can remove/activate the camo by shaking the controller. Hashtag pro tip, emoji peace sign. So yeah, holy shit. I didn't know that. I feel like I knew that at some point, but I forgot it.
I found that out on accident, actually, during this playthrough, Act 2, Part 1. And I will share with you where I discovered that on accident.
Okay, hopefully it's not a terrible accident. I feel like it might be a mishap. Cool. Well, and the other thing, too, was in our Slack, and I guess I'm starting to make a name for myself for taking a big-ass dump on Metal Gear Solid 5 and propping Peace Walker up as, like, the bee's knees. But Nick Ziegler hit me up and said, LOL, Alessio's rant about Peace Walker. And then he said, my problem with that game is that it's fucking fantastic during the sneaking levels, but like somewhere around what feels like halfway through, it just becomes boss fights every other fucking level. And they're not very fun boys fights to boot. I think he meant boss fights.
Boys fight. Boys fight.
And then Zach shows up and says, even when you get what should be game-breaking weapons, helicopters can take up to 36 Stinger missiles. And then Nick retorted with, seriously, all those things are way too spongy, and doing it the stealthy way is damn near impossible. To which I responded, I'm down to kill my heroes. I'm open to reconsider. It's been a second since I've played. So if anybody out there is vehemently opposed to Peace Walker, come on down. I'd love to swap words with you on the email or the Twitter. It's not an open invitation for fighting. I just legitimately want to know what everybody else thinks. So...
Also on Slack, really quick, is Zach Davis. You can be on my dodgeball team anytime.
Woo! So yeah, we got Zachs and Nicks for days on Slack.
Too many Zachs, too many Nicks.
Too many cooks.
I'm hoping for us to eventually have Zach from Deadly Premonition as a member of our Slack.
Oh, that counts as two people, right?
Yeah, that's true. We'll start calling it the Zlack channel at some point. But anyway, sorry, dad jokes abound, and I'm not even a father.
Good. It's pretty good.
All right. So anyway, where we left off, we are in the midst of playing.
No.
What? Huh?
The thing. My favorite segment.
We can put it here. There.
Cue it here.
Fumbling in the dark with Isaac Lim.
I'm all about
I felt so unsure about it.
I'm all about those analog cues. If you guys could just keep those, keep those going. So Isaac, could you retort to Sam's request?
Oh my gosh!
What happened? How we get here?
Now I'm trying to remember.
How Snake gets South America?
Bro, I get it. We hit some frogs and ran them over. And then, what else did we do? Oh, we saw Meryl freak out. That was fun. Oh, gosh.
I like how it wasn't we saw Meryl again. It's just we saw Meryl freak out.
Yeah, I mean,
She did.
Yeah. There's no denying it.
Cool. So Snake hit a frog and Meryl freaked out, and now we're in South America.
I have no idea how we got to South America.
I like it. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that. All right. Well, so yeah, that was our patented handy dandy fumbling in the dark with Isaac Lim sketch.
Fucking love it.
But yeah, so essentially where we picked up other than the side op, which was the last episode, the last two episodes proper, we've been covering the beginnings of Metal Gear Solid 4. If you're just now tuning in and you want to listen to Metal Gear Solid 4 as a whole, roll it back to like episode 52, I think. And likewise, if you want to watch Metal Gear Solid 4 while we talk about Metal Gear Solid 4, you can go to youtube.com/foreveranastronaut, and there is a Metal Gear Mondays playlist. So you can actually watch it like it's a Let's Play with a podcast playing. But yeah, so essentially where we left off, we got to watch Liquid, Ocelot, and Naomi wreak havoc on a bunch of people's noggins, and we're going to figure out how the hell that happened. And likewise, Snake got extracted, and now we are on the Nomad. which does anybody know what the fuck the Nomad is? Is it just a big plane? I was never quite...
It's just a big
like
jet.
An aircraft carrier. Like, it's a giant jet. And where'd they get that jet from?
I don't know. They got a huge budget. It seems like, I'm guessing it's like Campbell called in a favor or something.
It's almost as if the game's budget and philanthropy's budget both got inflated at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. They spent it all on cutscenes and jets.
Yeah, what you guys don't know is they actually had to buy the jet in order to render it in the game.
Oh, yeah. And build the studio that the jet could fit in.
Yeah. Built-in costs.
Yep. But anyway, so we see this little sort of non sequitur mathematical sunny side up egg sequence again. That's a phrase I never thought I was going to say.
Yeah. Very concise. I like it.
Yeah, it's just how can I convey what's going on in as few of words as possible? But then right after that, we see a framed photo of Olga, and we see the little girl from the pause menu.
I love that the photo of Olga is clearly from one of the cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 2.
It's like a screenshot printout, like Xerox copy.
And not only one of the cutscenes, like one of the cutscenes from the tanker when she was defo an enemy.
Yeah, I think it's where she's got her arms up and you can like see her armpit hair in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Well,
why would you pick that?
Well, yeah, it's like A, why wasn't it like a family photo? And B, how the fuck did they get the photo data from like the little rover that was flying over
Cypher?
the tanker? Yeah, the Cypher. Like, I don't understand. Was that like what the okay?
Maybe it was supposed to be like Snake's photo, but you know he had quite the traumatic experience afterwards. I would be surprised if he still had that photo.
Yeah, it's very or any of those photos because they were all digital, and I'm assuming his camera was destroyed when he drowned in the lake. But
He uploaded them to HAL.
That's true. Anyway, all of that aside, I did want to. So I think it's safe for us to say it here. Isaac, you picked up on who the fuck Sonny was from this moment? Yay or nay?
Yeah, well, okay. I didn't know who
I appreciate
the
that.
woman in the picture was. So,
you didn't know?
Well, and also you have to understand when I watched this cutscene.
Was it late at night?
It was like 2 a.m.
Were you really tired?
I
feel like you do that every time. You're like, I was
That's the common
deliriously
thread.
playing
That's
this in a fever dream.
Did that happen? I don't know. So I'm sorry if I have missing bits everywhere and don't know.
Hey, I just appreciate the passion to the show to play exclusively from like midnight to 3 a.m.
That's the only
do
time
you have
I
like
get
a blurring of the lines between these games in your dreams? Like, do you sort of get them a little mixed up?
Maybe.
I think we should turn this podcast episode into just an interview of how Isaac digests these games.
Yeah.
Isaac plays the Metal Gear games on the Midnight Channel.
Yeah.
It's just
Isaac's
exclusively.
it's actually all been a character study, so this podcast has just been us observing Isaac over the course of the past year, and Isaac, you're imagining
failing?
all of this.
Did I fail?
Yeah. But anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
But
So we
now
see-
I know.
Yeah, now you know. Otacon and Snake look a little bummed. I fucking love. You can see a bunch of little chibi digital Otacons on all the computer monitors around the room, which made me very happy. And it's the little Otacon from Metal Gear Solid 2, like the little you didn't say the magic word, Otacon. And then Sunny reveals her name to be Sunny, so she's the little girl. And like, fuck off if you think it's a spoiler that I just said that Olga's her mom. We're gonna find out in like 10 minutes.
2 seconds.
But Sunny calls Hal Uncle Hal, and she sounds like she has a little bit of a speech impediment. I didn't remember that. Is that accurate, or am I just like misjudging the voice reading?
No, she does.
Okay. I also picked up on the fact that Snake's a fucking asshole to her. Have you guys?
Yeah,
like
he really
noticed
is.
that?
Yeah, he like rejects the eggs that she's making, or
All
he's
right.
just he's just a jerk to her.
To Snake's point, those eggs looked gross.
Yeah.
They looked pretty rank. I'm not
At
gonna...
least, like, Snake is preparing her for the real world and rejection. Otacon was just like, yeah, they're really good. And she's like, you didn't eat them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, pretending
no,
to eat them.
I just want to I want to pitch a sitcom to like a network that's just like, okay, two dads, Snake and Otacon, and they have to raise a small
great.
girl.
That's great.
It's perfect.
He's an asshole later in this episode too. He can be.
Yeah, he's
kind
just
of
a dick.
He really is.
Which kind of took me off guard because I for whatever reason, and I guess it's because Snake's gravelly voice and his like charms with the ladies like made me think that Snake would be like, we have to take care of our future, and just be like very kind to children, but he's kind of the opposite of that.
Yeah, and he's kind to pretty much everyone in the series, even when they're the enemies and they're dying. He's always talking to them, basically like they were honorable and giving them little pep talks about the values in life.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Yeah,
and
like
all of a sudden now he's a douche.
Yeah, like Snake's like a crying shoulder for like a serial killer psychopath in a gas mask. But if you're a little girl, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So anyway, I found it really hard to pay attention to Snake and Otacon while I was able to drive the Mark II.
Yeah.
So for everyone who's unable to play or is like leaning on us to paint a vivid picture, essentially in the middle of any of these Nomad kind of briefing cutscenes, I want to say from this point onward, you can kind of maneuver through a couple different things. So you can change the camera angle, you can full screen the camera, you can kind of peek on different parts of the Nomad, but you can also just like drive the Metal Gear Mark II throughout the Nomad during the cutscenes. There's
items to get.
Yeah, and so there's one thing I wanted to ask real quick before we dive too far into that. I always thought you could drive the Metal Gear Mark II only in the portion of the Nomad sort of like where the back door can open and they can like drop vehicles down from, you know, like this little area that we're in with like the computers.
Yeah.
But I was like,
no, you can climb upstairs.
Yeah,
man.
how the fuck do you do that?
Oh, I didn't know that
run
either.
into it. Yeah, you just kind of like roll over to it and just like run into it and just kind of like it like automatically does it, and it just looks like it's moving like really fast, and it makes a bunch of like
you must have to like
noises,
really push into that stairway to make it happen.
You have to really be trying to do it, but you can get up there.
Because I was trying to make sure I didn't miss anything, trying to do my due diligence for the show whenever I was going to talk about what items you could get, but I read online that like I missed an item, and I think it was like, I mean, it was something simple. I think it was either like an iPod song
noodles.
or if it was noodles. But like, yeah, you can take the Mark II into Sunny's little like living room area.
Some noodles up there, and you can see like they have like a PS3 sitting on the table, and you can just watch Sunny cook eggs if you want.
A lot of product placement for the product we already own.
Yeah, which makes no sense. They were future-proofing it for Twitch streams. But
yeah, for sure.
Likewise, too, so the way that the item unlocks work is kind of esoteric. You can pick up items that are kind of littered throughout the room, but likewise, you can get exclusive face camos and other goodies. Like I got the camera early by running the Mark II into characters that are in the scene. Which is really weird. So, like, you literally just have to, like, brute force, like, slam the Mark II into people's shins. And it's really weird that they don't acknowledge it at all.
Yeah.
So, it's bizarre.
And the thing that I wonder about it is, because obviously the cutscene is happening as you're doing this. So you can change your screen so you can actually see the cutscene, and then you have the camera feed, and then you have the Mark II feed. And the question I have is, who's steering this robot?
I think the robot's going on his own probably there.
Oh, like a patrol mode?
Yeah, well, and I mean, Snake doesn't have the controller in his hand like you were saying, so I think, yeah, I imagine the robot can kind of do its own thing, like has an autopilot or something.
We're actually, like, throughout this whole game, we've actually just been playing as, like, this weird ghost consciousness that exists around the scenes, and we're just possessing things when we play. Anyway, fan theories aside, did you guys notice that there's two teddy bears holding hands in the back of the plane if you like duck through a little corner?
No.
It was weird. I think it was like right next to there's like a battery you can find, I need to point this out. So it wasn't a vehicle like a car. There's a fucking helicopter housed inside of this thing. So essentially you're driving the little Mark II and you can drive around the helicopter that's inside the plane. It's like a turducken of flying vehicles. But like behind the helicopter to the left, I think. So if you're facing the exit door, like the big open hatch to the left, behind a box, there's just like 2 teddy bears holding hands. And I was like, okay, why is this here? But yeah, so, and likewise too, to add to the douchebaggery of Snake, Snake's whole excuse for not eating the eggs is like, he says, I'm watching my protein intake. And then Sonny snaps back with, but not your nicotine intake. And I was just like, yeah.
Yeah. Also, another thing I noticed in this game, in regard to his cigarettes, is of course they make him look really pitiful because he's really old. But even his cigarettes are like all flaccid looking. Like,
they're
all
like
every single one of them.
bent and yeah, for no reason too. And it's even like a fresh cigarette.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what he gets for having that soft pack. Because if you look at the item viewer, it's like not... I don't think it's a hard pack. I think it's like one of those little like soft packs that good old working class men roll up in their sleeves when they're trying to look like Bruce Springsteen. But yeah, so I don't know. But I think, yeah, that is really funny that every time you do see a cigarette in his hand, it's bent.
Yeah.
So... And, like, throughout this act, I was definitely under the impression that, like, we just were never going to see Snake successfully smoke a cigarette, because it feels like it's, like, a long-running joke. Like, throughout the whole game, up until this point, he, like, only once manages to light a cigarette and then doesn't even get to smoke it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I was hoping they were going to run with that joke, like, Charlie Chaplin style, like, throughout the whole game, but he does... Actually, spoiler alert, Snake effectively smokes a cigarette later in the game. But yeah, just to round everything off before we get into like the semantics of what's actually going on, there is a Metal Gear Rex model on Otacon's desk, which I thought was neat, especially considering that he's the guy who made it. And there's a Zone of the Enders second runner desktop wallpaper of Dingo Egret, as well as a Police Knots one on Otacon's computer monitors. And I did want to take this time to mention that after Metal Gear Solid 4, at some point, I do want to play Zone of the Enders 2 for the show. So if you've been waiting for that,
his name was fucking Dingo.
Yeah, Dingo Egret. But anyway, so yeah, we will play Zoe 2 and Police Knots eventually for the show. So anyway,
nice.
But yeah, so some stuff happens here. Some people are talking about stuff. I don't know if you guys followed this logic, but for everybody at home, before we get into what the fuck is going on, Otacon claims that he somehow obtained a video from Naomi, and in this video she mentions Fox Die and the SOP system is sort of being related, and she can help you defeat Liquid or like stop his plan if you save her in South America. But the way that this video is discovered is what's weird to me. So apparently Otacon received some random Soliton radar imaging files from Shadow Moses, and I think he said he got them from Mei Ling, and then Sonny shows up and goes, almost like very Tim and Eric-esque, like it's the 4DD 3D 3D DD3. She's like, it's the you gotta take that 4D audio and extract it from, and it's like, what the fuck is 4D audio? Like, what are you talking? Like, the fourth dimension is time. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But essentially, I guess they took the audio files from the Soliton radar and extracted the data and reconfigured it to be a video. But why does the Soliton radar have audio files?
I'm sorry, Alessio. I was too busy driving around the Mark II. To listen to what you were saying. No, I honestly, there is so much exposition there just to tell you that you're going after Naomi in South America, and I think maybe it's because they're giving you time to drive the little Mark II around. Like for real, it's really it's a little bit much, the exposition here.
Yeah, it's almost as if the game wasn't made. It was almost as if they didn't make the game and then attach cool shit to it. Metal Gear Solid 4 very much so feels like a game that was built to enable cool shit to happen, and then the context was added after, if that makes sense. So it's like, in the same way that, like, further into the show we will discuss, like, how certain characters are reintroduced to the player. Like, it feels like, let's just make this character cool as shit. I don't care how we have to cram them in. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, oh, it'd be fun to let him pilot a Metal Gear. Let's make the cutscene longer.
A lot of padding.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, Roy chimes in once Sonny unveils how they got the video. Roy looks like he's calling from Trump's front desk at the Mar-a-Lago, or like the Psycho Mantis boss arena from MGS1.
Yeah,
like, I was real confused. I was like, where the fuck are you, Roy? And then a random black-haired woman crosses the frame behind Roy, and I was like, who dat? Who dat?
Because there's only 5 people in the Metal Gear universe, so we know it's got to be somebody we know.
It's either somebody we know or somebody's kid that we know.
Yeah, yeah.
But essentially, Roy jumps in and he starts telling us about a PMC. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out if I misheard this. I heard it's a PMC group operating under Outer Haven. Is Outer Haven name dropped this early in the game, or did I mishear something? Did anybody else notice that at all? I know that's like really granular.
I don't recall hearing.
Okay, so long story short, just so I can like contextualize what the fuck that is, without giving too much away, Outer Haven is like Liquid Ocelot's like elite task force / like base fixture. So, but like, I don't know. I felt like I heard it here, which was weird. And then the name of the PMC it's a French PMC, and I'm pretty sure I misspelled this, but it's like Pauvre Amament, and I did not look up what that means or is, but their logo is like a skull with like octopus tentacles coming off of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's very weird, and I don't remember when it happens, but I feel like it's between this and the gameplay section, where we see like an advertisement for the PMC.
Oh yeah.
And
like
it's
on
just
a billboard or something.
No, it's like a video. It's like a bunch of women underwater, like in scuba diving outfits, like fighting an octopus creature.
Isn't that at the very beginning?
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's before the briefing.
That was the interview.
At the very beginning.
Yeah,
and I think that aren't like the tentacles like going through the skull or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird. To me, it kind of reminded like the old Outer Heaven logo of the skull with the snake.
Totally.
But it's like an octopus. But yeah.
I just looked it up, and he does apparently name drop Outer Haven.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, there you go. So what the fuck?
There
is
it
Outer Haven?
is.
But yeah, does anybody know what the name of that PMC translates to by any chance? I don't know if anybody is willing to take a stab at Googling it while we're in the midst of this.
I can Google it.
Somebody's silent keyboard. But yeah, while that gets Googled, Roy pretty much just parrots what Otacon had already said, which makes this whole phone in like very random as well. And also, here's the big thing that I was confused about. Roy chimes in as if he already knew. Like, it's like he chimes in and he's like, "Yeah, Snake, those things that Otacon said," and it's just like, "What were you fucking?
Where
listening?
did you come
like,
from?
What do you? How do you know these things?"
Yeah,
it was very strange. Oh, and then they go through the same rigmarole. Like, Roy's like, "I'll make sure you're a UN inspector when you go to South America." And I just wanted the characters to be like, "Roy, you can't keep using the same cover every time." Like,
yeah.
Snake's just looking for WMDs everywhere he goes.
And he doesn't. Snake is not dressed at all to look like a UN inspector. He's wearing his Octo camo and a bandana.
He's an old man with a bandana, an eye patch, an arsenal of weapons, and like a skin suit. And he's like, "Oh yeah, UN sent me. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
go ahead, Tim.
Cuvée Armament, I don't know. It stands for Octopus Armaments.
Oh, okay, cool.
There you go.
That's what it means in English. So very simple.
Very nice. The woman that we saw before comes back to give Roy his meal. We hear her voice, and we see a very distinct type of flower on Roy's tray.
Uh-oh.
We could probably just say it right here, can't we?
Well, I want to say before we say it, I want to see if Isaac.
No, yeah, that's what I was doing.
I know, very very sleepy, but
why you gotta do this to me, Sam?
Because it's fun.
That's part of the experience.
At this point in the game, had you picked up on who this person was yet? Because assuming that you played through all of it, you know who this person is now. But did you pick up on it early like that?
We're talking about who are we talking about?
This chickie babe dropping off food for Roy Campbell.
Oh,
Roy's lady.
I did not know.
I don't think it
thought
would
it was
be
a maid.
possible to, because she doesn't look any, unless you were just guessing from the female
take a
characters
stab.
you know, because
I
she
think
doesn't
the
look
voice
any.
though. Like to me, it was like I had completely forgotten that this was
yeah,
a
I guess
thing.
you do hear that a little bit.
And the moment she was like, "Here you go, Roy," I was like,
Oh, I forgot that she speaks, because she doesn't look anything like the
Yeah.
graphic
"Yeah,
in the previous game,
Yeah,
It Rose.
yeah, it's Rose,
Yeah.
you guys."
and they
But,
bone
yeah.
it.
Oh no, yeah, it's a real like, what's her name? Never mind. The joke is gone. What was that porn star's name? The blonde one that died. That was like
Whoa.
Pam-
sleeping
Pamela?
with. No, the other one. Pamela Anderson's still alive.
Is she?
Yeah.
You're thinking...
I'm thinking Anna
You're
Nicole.
thinking of Anna Nicole
Yep,
Smith.
I was gonna say Anna Nicole
Yeah.
Smith. Anyway,
Was she a porn star?
yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't know that
dude.
she was a Playboy lady.
I wouldn't call that porn.
Oh, come on. Anyway,
Come on.
but yes, Sonny is also on the security camera. Be very, very, very enthralled with how instant noodles work. So if you're bored at the Roy Campbell cutscene, you can just full screen the security camera. Also, at the very end of this, since I got the camera, it like at the end of the cutscene, it prompts you, and it's like you've collected the camera, and it gives you like a brief description. My mind was kind of blown, and I haven't done any research into this, but it specifically states the camera has 1P first-person mode, and then it says it has a 2P mode. What the fuck? Is that two-player mode? Like, can a second player use the camera?
Oh, I know what it is. So basically, you can either do it from Snake's perspective, or you can go into the other mode, which is a picture of Snake.
Like
so
selfie mode?
Yeah, so like I did that later. I think I posted it of him lying on a bed in the Vista Mansion
Oh, yeah.
with all of the magazines around him. So, and
What was the
I was
caption on
able to
that, too?
switch. I don't remember.
It was something like, "I told you to stay out of my room, Mom."
Yeah, something like that. In the Vista Mansion.
That's awesome. But yeah, so and then we're introduced to the title card, which is Act 2, Solid Sun.
My wife was in the room at this part, and she just started laughing and making fun of the game.
Every single time I'm playing and Kristen walks in the room, she's like, "Man, how does Snake move around with like his ass like that?" she's always just like, "How does
man.
he maneuver with like a G-string on like that?"
Oh, it's really prominent right when he gets to South America too.
Yeah, man.
Because he's doing the little humpy thing. He's
That
like
crawl.
doing the little hump, the little
How
hump
is
crawl.
how is that more effective than army crawling? I mean, I know that they have like a military.
Noises.
I imagine like the military advisor who's just trolling Hideo Kojima and just saying, "This is how we do it. This is how we do it."
We just do
And
like
then
a
doing
really
that crawl.
bad worm.
Yeah, you just rub your dick against the earth.
Ass up.
But yeah, so anyway, this is the first mention of the Patriots and the events from Metal Gear Solid 2 in any meaningful way since that game, honestly, which is real weird. So Snake's like hiding with some gerbils being eaten by snakes in the grass, and we hear a codec conversation between Snake and Roy. Roy essentially, or Snake essentially says everything Solidus feared 5 years ago has come to pass, and they all talk about this like new Cold War between Liquid and the Patriots, and how Liquid's taking up Big Boss's dream of a world of constant fighting with no domination. And Snake, however, steps in and he's just like, "I'm gonna take Liquid down because I believe in peace. I'm not like my dad." And then Roy's like, "Snake, that's not how that works. If you take the system down, it's going to turn into like anarchy. It's not going to be peace." And then Roy does like the old baby boomer dad thing to be like, "Well, peace is actually just equilibrium that's brought upon by the military. So you shouldn't hate the military if you're a peaceful man." And then Snake's just like, "Fuck you, Dad,"
Nah,
and
dog.
surrogate dad. Yeah, this whole game is just like Snake spatting at all of his father figures and being like, "No, I want to do what I want to do."
Metal
I'm an
Gear
old
Daddy
man,
issues.
but I'm also a young man.
Yeah, I'm an old man with the heart of a youngin'.
Yeah.
This is an old man's, young man's game.
Yeah, Snake really is the oldest young man, besides Benjamin Button.
Yeah. When I was your age, I looked like you.
Yes, it's pretty good. But yeah, and I'm also, like, it's at this point, too, where we're hearing about, like, Liquid's motivation, and we'll get into it later, but just Liquid's motivation of, like, Big Boss wanted a world of constant fighting. It's just like, no, dude, I played that stuff. That's not what he said. You're stupid. And just, like, I don't know. I don't understand why it's either gotta be constant peace with no friction or 100% war zone all the time. Like, it seems like our characters are just, like, very harsh on the spectrum of, like, philosophies that they have, as opposed to just being, like, grounded and real. But anyway, it's like one of my Japanese animes. But yeah, and so then we get another codec call. I'm not sure if it's within a codec call or right after the previous codec call. But Otacon gives us the lowdown on the militia that's fighting the government PMCs, and Naomi's location is in the middle of the government compound that everybody's converging on. So hooray! I will say
also, they kind of talk about how, like, Mei Ling likes older men a little bit.
Yeah, that was... And it came out of nowhere as well,
Yeah.
I feel like. Do you guys think that at any point Snake was like, I'm glad I look so old?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Snake
you
was
can
like, I'll
see him,
finally
he, like,
get it.
perks up. His cigarette got real straight.
Yes, his mustache got very full in that moment.
Yeah.
But anyway, I will say this too, and I'm not trying to take like any sort of like political stance here, but I feel like the game is doing its best, I think, to try and make us feel compassionate and sympathetic, or at least Snake, for the militia every country we go to. Because like they don't tell you what the governments in these countries are doing, and they don't tell us why the militia are fighting these governments, which maybe is part of the whole discussion about like existential like bureaucracy controlling war, so now nobody knows what the fuck we're fighting for anymore. But all of that aside, it feels like the game is doing its best to position the militia as being sort of the ones being taken advantage of and brutally extinguished that maybe deserve a chance. And it seems like it happens in every country. It's very weird. It's like every country Snake goes to, he's like the everyman's buddy.
I think they're just like all the locals like fighting for their independence against like the PMCs or something, but you don't know if they're bad or good. Yeah, like you were saying. So
yeah, it's like for all we know, the PMCs are like, no, you can't rape kids, and the militia are like, no, that's what we want to do. And Snake's like, I'm with those guys. This is our country. Yeah, so I don't know, it's bad. But then Dr. Octopus shows up, which is pretty rad. And we see an old friend, our good old. What? So he's not a hermaphrodite. He's not transgender. Is he just bisexual? Is that what it was? Vamp's bisexual.
Yeah.
Not to say that any of those things are equivocal with each other, or that I'm making a blanket statement about like people that are queer in any way as being like all the same. I just could not remember, so I apologize. But yeah, so Vamp shows up in his high polygonal, high fidelity appearance.
And his pretty styling trench coat.
Yeah, dude, he looks like Adam Jensen.
Yeah, he does.
Like, Vamp just looks like the protagonist from Deus Ex 3. Like, 100%. Like, if he had the little flip-out sunglasses that are built into his head, I wouldn't be able to differentiate. He's even got the facial hair. Yeah, exactly. And he's even like, I didn't ask for this. No, I'm just kidding.
I never asked for this.
Yeah, but he does still have the bullet hole in his head, or the several bullet holes in his head from Metal Gear Solid 2, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But anyway.
I never asked for this.
That was pretty good. That was like Olga doing an Adam Jensen.
Yeah. Kinda. They're close. Russia and Transylvania.
Yeah, that's true. Same thing.
Good enough.
But anyway, so Laughing Octopus, not Dr. Octopus, does this real creepy shit where she terrorizes the militiamen, but she's got Snake's face, which I was like real uncomfortable with.
Which I get what they were trying to do there, but like, wouldn't this guy realize in his trek to tell his friends that actual Snake doesn't have weird tentacles and also breasts?
Why is this plan even a thing? Like, clearly this is not Snake. He has a rack and giant tentacles.
Yeah, like, dude's busting, and
like,
has like a robot body.
And the thing about it is, like, in the gameplay segments immediately following this cutscene, like, the resistance people, the rebels are held prisoner, and you can eliminate the PMCs and free them, and like immediately if you do that, they're on your side. So this plan did not work even a little bit.
Yeah, it's super weird. I don't get it at all. I will say this though, I don't know if they're on your side unless you wear the militia garb, because, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but you can find the militia garb in this little town. So I actually didn't have that garb on whenever I was around the militia. So I don't know.
I don't know. I was just wearing the regular suit.
Oh, and they were fine with you?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, as long as you save them and you're not killing them.
Gotcha. So they were probably just like, oh, that dude clearly does not have double D's and octopus tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the creepy old sexy robot man. So
that's just a regular creepy not robot sexy man.
Yeah, it was weird. I felt in that cutscene I had some very, very questionable feelings about Solid Snake, I think. But
this is when I thought it was a nightmare for sure.
Isaac was like, "What's happening?"
I woke up at one. Dozed off.
Well, playing it at 2:30 in the morning, I'm sure you'll have lots of issues.
Like, how does Snake get there?
How did he get to where he looks like that? Anyway, but yeah, so there's yet another codec call, and Otacon is clearly pissed at Vamp, which by all intents and purposes he should be. But Otacon says, "Is he immortal?" And Snake, and so there's going to be a trend of Otacon asking if he's immortal, and then literally everybody else shutting Otacon down. But Snake's the first, and he's like, "This isn't some fantasy game." And so it's like, LOL, he's in a video game. He referenced a video game. Good job. Thumbs up.
I mean, he's right. It isn't a fantasy game. It's a stealth game. So
it's a military man game. But yeah, and then Mei Ling gets mentioned again. And this is when Snake asks how she's doing. And then Otacon does the whole, like, doing pretty good. She likes some old man.
I'd fuck her.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
It was pretty much, that was the equivalent of their conversation is, hey, Mei Ling likes older guys. Would you fuck her? Yeah, I'd fuck her. Would you fuck her? Yeah, I'd fuck her.
Yeah, it just goes back and forth. It's like the bro fist scene from the Tales from the Borderlands, where it's just like, yeah, bro.
The Mark II raises his hand.
Dude, that scene fucking kills me. But anyway, so yeah, and it dawned on me why I completely forgot about that, because right when Otacon mentioned the Missouri and Snake mentions it being a World War II ship, I pressed start to take notes and fucking skipped the codec, because apparently start pauses cutscenes, not codecs.
Yeah.
So anyway, now we get to we're finally to gameplay. So, and I'm gonna let you guys take it from here. Then I will let you know how I played. So,
is that where Rosemary calls you too, or you get the call about?
No, that's a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah, it's later. Sweet Rose. I can't hear Rosemary and not think about my cat, so it's this real weird situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of Rosemary's Baby, which I think is like, wasn't it their baby that gets taken or something?
I can't remember. Well, I think we'll get into it later, but I think they definitely do reference like some weird shit with Rose's kid.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, so we finally open up in this gameplay section, and to me, like, this first zone felt a whole lot like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, it really did. This is a very open area because there's a lot of different paths, so it makes it feel like it's just almost a big open world area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty
through
cool.
the area. Yeah, were you able to save the survivors?
Yeah,
like,
so I didn't at first, and then I reloaded when I fucked up, and then I did. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I did a good boy sneak job.
You're kind of like, you only have like a limited time too, because they've got all of these guys all these militia dudes like laying face down, and you see, I think they shoot the first batch of them, and then they get another batch ready to go, and that's your chance to save them. And it seems like in later areas there's infinite of the militia. Is that
Yeah, I feel
what
like
you guys experienced?
I feel like
but in this area it's limited.
zones. Yeah, I feel like certain zones. Well, so yeah, I'd say the zone right after this, and then maybe the one right after that one. There's limited guys because, like, unless the militia get like completely wiped out, I think then the game like spawns a couple more. But for the most part, I feel like it's not until you get to like the big battle zones, which is like the power station and the mansion, that it's just like infinitely spawning militia for you.
Yeah, yeah.
But they do a pretty good job of hiding it because, like, honestly, the fights are so tense that like you kind of don't realize. But yeah, so how'd you guys tackle this little village? Don't all raise your hand at once.
I'll go. So from the cliff, I just kind of sniped them with my pistol, my Mark II pistol, and knocked them all out. And then,
what order did you shoot them in? Because I was gonna do that, and then I was like, no matter what order I shoot them in, they're gonna see each other.
I started with like the ones that were furthest away, and I just kind of like trained my thumbs to zero in on heads when another one went down, and it worked for me. I feel like if you asked me to do it again, I probably couldn't do it again, but I did it the first time, and I was like, I am a god. So,
And then Kanye West came on.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I play this game at a French-ass restaurant.
Hell yeah. I feel like this is the point in the game in which I lamented the missing feature, which is like the bullet time slowdown alert from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Totally. Yeah.
Because I was just so used to that in that game. So like, Isaac, just to give you some context, in Metal Gear Solid 5, when you get spotted, it like slows down for like a second or two and lets you like figure out what you're gonna do. So it kind of like goes into bullet time where it's like, hey you, and then like Snake can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But
you have like a last chance to like knock out the guy who saw you. So if you can get your target reticle on him fast enough and knock him out, then it's kind of cool. Or at least I liked it. Some people thought it was cheap because you could actually go through the whole game, run through the game just getting spotted, and if you were good enough, and just knocking them out when they see you.
Those don't count as alerts, I guess, if you can get them in time.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know the harder difficulties in 5 don't have that turned on.
Right, you can switch it off. Yeah. But I don't think it does not count as an alert. I'm almost 100% sure of that.
That's
1 in 5 too. If they spot you, you can just fucking tackle them, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
You don't even have to shoot them. You can just like run at them and dive on them, which is pretty funny. They're like, "Hey, you!"
Yeah.
That's good.
Isaac, how'd you slizzle through?
So I tried a couple ways of doing this. I didn't know you could save the militia guys. I guess I just took too long.
Oh no!
All right, so the first little building in the little shed, there's a sleepy boy there, just hanging out. He's crouched, but he's sleeping.
He's looking at a Playboy.
Weird.
No, he's got hearts above his head. He's not sleeping.
Oh, I thought there were Z's.
Nah,
Yeesh.
baby.
I walked into that. Sorry, dude.
Ew.
So I thought he was sleeping, but then he spotted me. So I guess
that's what his
makes
mom
sense
thought too.
Jeremy.
Why is his name Jeremy?
because all masturbating boys named Jeremy.
I said knock.
So yeah, I died quite a few times here, and then I had enough of that and was like, I'm just gonna sneak around these guys, and that's what I did, and I let all the militia guys die apparently.
Isaac left a bunch of grown men to be executed brutally.
I didn't know you could save them.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense, but I figured it was built into the script that they were meant to die.
Oh no! Yeah, it's real fucked up
just
too.
Like
if you get spotted at any point during this, like before they even come after you to find you, they just straight kill all the militia. Because I got really far through this doing the good like stealthy boy sneaks. And then right before because essentially what I did was I went around the outer perimeter, so like I hugged left and just like followed that left wall all the way around. So by the time I got to like the front of the village, I was like, oh cool, I got a clear shot on the 2 dudes that are murdering people. And then I guess some guy that was on patrol spotted me, and the minute he spotted me, they just like opened fire on all the militia guys first, and I was like, fuck. And that's when I reloaded.
Yikes.
Yeah, so they're pretty brutal. But Nick, how'd you deal?
So I laid down at the top of that little cliff area and took out the guys that were closest to the militia members. And I was actually playing this lethally. I didn't really have enough patience, so I brought out the M4 or whatever that custom machine gun is that you always are starting with the default. So I took them out, and as many as I could, and I think they kind of figured out where I was, but then I hopped down and like hugged there's like a house to your left, like a big building, and I just waited around that corner. And since I killed the guys that were close to the militia, they picked up the weapons, and then I noticed that like your camo index turns blue. You get like a bonus bump when there's militia fighting guys. So you actually have like a higher camo index. You're less likely to be spotted when there's like action going on. So then I creeped out around the corner and took out. I'm pretty sure I saved some of them, but not all of them.
Nice. Yeah, I for whatever reason I purchased the Mazda Nagant here, which is the tranquilizing sniper, but does not have a suppressor. But I ended up not using it just because I bought it thinking it would help me see the guys in the distance easier, but then I was like, fuck, if I shoot this, they're all going to know where I'm at. So I actually just like hopped down, like I said, and kind of wandered around. I will say this, I tranked everybody and let the militiamen go, which was cool because they were all just like, yeah, and they like picked up the guns of the dudes on the ground, which is weird because they thought they were supposed to be ID locked.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, that kind of defeated the purpose. I don't know what's going on there. But they all like ran out of there, and I started just exploring because it's like for people who don't have a visual, this is almost like the like Resident Evil 4 village.
Totally.
Yeah, and I dig it a lot because of that, because there's all this like verticality, and like every building has an interior, which is really cool. And you can kind of like snake around. I didn't mean to make that pun, I'm sorry. You can snake around and do whatever you want to do. But I found like a little shed that had like the BDUs for the militia, and they also had like, dude, there's a fucking like double barrel shotgun in one of the sheds, and I was like, hell
nice.
Yeah. And there are a couple other things, and I think there's some stuff like up top. I know the Furies song from MGS3 is an iPod song that you can find in here. But I will say this, the tranquilizer does not last for very long, you guys. So while I was doing my sneaky stealth to get all the items and kind of like see what's going on, dudes just started waking back up from the Mark II pistol, and I just like heard people like yawning and being like, oh, what am I doing here? And I was just like, oh shit. So I just like jumped down and like literally sprinted through the town, hoping that nobody was gonna see me, and just like beelined it to get out of there. But yeah, that was me.
One thing I noticed playing lethally too, I think you get less money. Like, I think I kept seeing like I was only getting 10% of the value. So if you play lethally, you're going to be poor. And I don't know if that's just like trying to balance out the difficulty. So if you have to buy ammunition or something like that, well, maybe the guns are worth less when they're covered in blood.
It's a cleaning fee.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate
90%.
you guys taking a page from the Sam and Isaac School of Stealth. So.
There you go.
Which is
the only
not
way.
stealthy at all.
Makes me wish I would have found that double-barreled shotgun.
Oh, no.
Oh, so I just want to throw this out there. There is a shotgun that you can actually get trank rounds for, I discovered later on.
Nice.
That made me very happy.
That's awesome. Is it loud as shit, regardless?
I probably.
It's
but,
probably
Yeah, and I think
probably just for
it just
bosses.
stuns them, right?
Yeah, I haven't used it yet because I'm planning on using it in the boss battle, cough cough. But because I found the ammo right before that. But I just wanted to throw that out there since you mentioned shotgun.
Nice. But yeah, so and then we come into this like little step farm where it's just like if you guys have seen like pictures of Italy or like South America where it's like this sort of like step. It looks like stairs, but they've got like little harvest patches of food on each little step. This is where I got really infuriated with Snake's inability to climb a ledge as tall as his chin.
Really annoying.
Because he just won't. He can't fucking do it. So like because you like the PMCs, there are a couple PMCs that are there. So the militia that you freed, you can like escape with them, and they're just like wreaking havoc in the countryside. Just like anytime they see a PMC, they're just gonna shoot at him. So I got to use them as like a cover. And when you get here, there's like you have to go up the steps to go to where the militia are, but then you have to like go back down to like a little shed to get some items, but then you're locked from going back up. So I literally had to like go up, go down, and then run all the fucking way back to the beginning part, and then go back up again, which is frustrating.
Yeah, it was lame.
But yeah. Sam, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, he's old.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Well, but there's certain areas where he can climb up, and you have to, like, hit the prompt. It's not very friendly at all, and it did get me caught several times because they just see me there, and I'm sure Snake looked like an idiot, just humping the step.
They're like, we shouldn't shoot this old guy, right? He seems a little lost.
Yeah. What are you doing with all those high-powered machine guns, Mr. Old Man?
Yeah. And look at that ass.
Would you just look at that ass?
Come here, old man. Sorry.
No, this got dark. Move on, Snake, move on.
Oh, God.
Next segment, please.
But yeah, so Roy calls us and pretty much drops the bomb that it's Rose.
Yeah.
And Rose is going to be our combat support, and also... It's weird. Roy kind of assumes that we need like a counselor for our mental care.
Yes, yeah.
Which is weird. Yeah, he's real ham-handed with the way he handles this. He's like, "Oh, Snake, I want you to talk to a friend of mine to help you with your mental problems."
More than a friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's Rose. We get info on her being in charge of Jack's files. Which Snake... Yeah, it's weird to hear. It's so weird that Act 1 didn't fucking talk about any MGS2... And all of a sudden, everybody's just throwing around Jack's name like they're all best friends. And so it's just like, what the fuck, man? But anyway, so she's going to be our personal counselor on the mission. She's going to give us a little bit of... then we get a little bit of background on mental care of soldiers past the millennium. So I guess they're talking about how, like, PTSD is a real thing, finally acknowledged by the mental care people. And so, yeah, her codec number is 147.79. I don't know if that's the same as it was from MGS2, but I do know that Roy's is the same that it's always been, which is like 140.85.
That's definitely a number, like that 147.79 has definitely been used before. I don't know if it's Rose's or not. There's also this weird thing that you can do with the female characters in the codec calls. Have you guys seen this with the PS3 controller?
Oh,
so,
no. Yeah. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
so yeah, if you shake the controller, then their chest starts to bounce around with the movement of it starts to look like a Team Ninja game in the codec.
Why would you do that?
Because it's Kojima.
That's hilarious.
That's like a level. That's a level too far, I think, even for Kojima. Like,
yeah,
that's much.
They really have to just
It's pretty
accentuate that
bad.
six-axis feature.
Well, now
And
I'm
also-
wondering. There was a moment in the cutscene. There was a moment in the codec call when Rose was talking that I did notice her breast randomly jiggled. So I'm wondering if it's like I moved
That's
my
what it was.
controller by accident.
Yeah, that's what it was, sir.
And also like she changes her shirt between calls. Like sometimes she's wearing like a turtleneck sweater or something, and then she'll have like a low cut like V-neck, and like just you.
She's helping
I don't
helping
understand.
your mental state.
Yeah,
just so you can see
so.
how those balls bounce in different fabrics.
Jiggle them out.
No. But yeah, so Roy totally fucking married Rose.
Which is weird.
Which is weird.
Because like the way he explains it was like Jack was gone, and one thing led to another.
Oh, no.
And, well, here we are.
Which makes me wonder, was it GW or Roy Campbell that said, I saw Rose go into her apartment the other day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I didn't want you to find out this way, but she was with another man.
Turns out it was Roy.
What was it that Meryl got mad at her dad for? Didn't he
I
cheat
think that was
on his...
why. I think that was why.
Oh,
Because
he
Snake,
cheated.
Womanizer, yeah.
because Snake proceeds to chastise him for the exact same thing that Meryl was upset about, and he's like, Meryl was right. You are a pig. And then Roy doesn't even respond. He said,
I just want that soundbite, the way that you just said it.
cue me saying that here. Meryl was right. You are a pig.
Thank you,
Again.
Sam.
You're welcome.
No, I
like those analog cues.
One, it's super. So A, it's out of character for Snake. B, it feels real shitty that Snake's just like, hey, Roy, completely out of context, but your daughter told me she thinks you're a piece of shit. And it's just like, I don't know if any of this has any place here right now, you guys.
No,
And he's not really-
We're
and-
in the middle of a mission in South
Yeah.
America, and you guys are talking about who's fucking who.
Yeah, Snake's
And
playing
it's like-
girl
The fact
talk.
is-
Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
fact is that
exactly.
he's not-
And it's like Roy's like, well, there's only 3 women in this universe. What do you expect me to do?
Olga's dead, all right?
Yeah, she was my first choice.
The whole
I
thing
love
is
that armpit hair.
the whole thing is he's not really even worried about Meryl thinking that he's a pig so much because Snake says that and Roy's like, wait, Meryl mentioned me?
Yeah, he's like, wait, Meryl said my name?
What's Mei Ling saying about me?
By the way, would you fuck her, Snake? And then Otacon comes on and he's like, I know, right?
And Roy's like, I did.
Oh, no, she's pregnant with my Roy baby.
Yeah. I'm married to her. We all live
Why
in
did
Utah.
you have to say Roy baby? Why did you have to say Roy baby? Oh my god, no.
It's a sweet baby Roy.
Sweet baby Roy's barbecue.
Sweet
sauce.
barbecue sauce.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Anyway, so Jack gets mentioned. They name Foxhound, specifically by name. Snake's like, Jack, you mean Raiden? And Roy's like, yeah, we lost all trace of him. He just kind of went out to get some milk from the supermarket and never came back.
Which honestly is kind of what he did,
Yeah.
as we learn a little bit later.
Yeah, but then
Also,
all of a
before
sudden...
we move on
go ahead.
too far, really quick, I just want to throw this out there that Rose definitely has a "let me talk to the manager" haircut.
Ah.
Just want to throw that out there.
Rose has a real Tegan and Sarah haircut going on. Because she's so jealous. Anyway,
Yeah, Jesus.
so Snake
Good
then
reference.
all of a sudden dives into this side story of Jack saves Sonny from the Patriots, and it's like, hold the fucking phone. There's a lot going on in that sentence. You guys can't just throw that out there and then move on.
Right.
Because it's like, what, why, how, where, when? Double it back. What the fuck? Can I play that? What's happening? So I don't know. But anyway, this is the thing that I was super upset about. I made a note about this.
Okay.
I guess we have to take all of Metal Gear Solid 2 at surface value now, canon,
Yep.
because every fucking character is deciding to just play the straight man. And it's super that is the unfortunate consequence of making a sequel to MGS2, because now all of our really neat, interpretive, intricate ideas are now just stupid canon timeline fodder. So I feel we can still read into the game what we read into it, which is fine, but it just really makes me upset that the game's characters now are canonically nope, everything that happened just like it happened, no room for anything interesting at all. So that sucks. That's an unfortunate side effect, but it's still a good game, so it's okay, but it's also heartbreaking. So anyway, it's almost it's interesting, Nick, that you're covering the original Deus Ex, where Invisible War did an amalgamation of all the endings from the first game.
Yeah.
Because
all 3 into 1.
Yeah, because that's kind of what's happening here, I think. Because
Totally.
we'll discover kind of later on that it's not necessarily all face value stuff, but it's they almost kind of took surface level MGS2 and fan interpretation MGS2 and just like smashed it together, and they were like, here you go. So anyway.
Yeah, the whole like simulation theories are out the window though. Like that was like one of the coolest things about Metal Gear Solid 2, like you were talking about.
Yeah. So unfortunate, but anyway, post Kodak, we're back in South America, Cove Valley Village, which is what the title card says. I was just tranking dudes and tranking gerbils left and right. Are they gerbils or hamsters or guinea pigs? What the fuck are those things?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
They look
come
like
up
guinea
Whatever you want
pigs.
them to be.
Yeah, they come
Probably
up.
guinea pigs.
They come up later in part 2 of Act 2, and they're like in droves. Like there's like 20 of them,
Yeah.
and they're like, and it's super funny.
Are they the poison ones from Metal Gear 2?
Oh no. But yeah, and I will say this too, just in the sake of transparency. At this point, my quest of not being spotted started getting quite frustrating. Because I would like round a corner after like successfully doing the whole zone, and then some asshole would be like, "Hey, who's that guy?" And the alert would come on, and I'd just be like, "God damn it!" So I did get to a point, I think 2 points in this, and we can talk about it in part 2, but where I just completely said "fuck it" with like avoiding the alert. But yeah, so we end up at the power station. We get a codec call from 141.80, and it's from a very familiar voice.
Sounds kind of blonde and whiny.
Mm.
Like if
Mysterious.
I had to pick a characteristic of this voice, it sounds kind of blonde and whiny.
Yeah, it sounds a little...
Sounds like a node. I mean, a nerd.
A nerd.
Nerd.
Did you say nerd? But old Quentin Flynn's back. So Snake literally just says, Jack? And then the voice is like, Jack is dead. But,
Also, there's an ambush ahead. Be careful.
yeah, also I'm just the cyborg ninja, but
Yeah.
without voice modulation.
There's guys there.
Yeah, way less cool than MGS2.
There's
Olga.
guys there.
Yeah, there you go. That's the catchphrase for this season. There's guys there.
There's guys there.
But yeah. So
Stuart, what are you doing here?
Oh my
but
god.
yeah. So we get tasked with a pretty cool set piece. I think this is like actually one of my favorite set pieces in the game. And this is obvious. This is where I threw in the towel with getting spotted, because I made it literally to the end of this zone and then got spotted walking in a door, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not replaying all of that. So, but essentially what it is, because I'd love to hear how you guys tackled it, but I do want to like set the scene. We're in South America, obviously, and we just like rounded this little corner, and it's opened up to this like big field. So we came out of these little foothills into this big clearing, and in the middle of the clearing there's like a power plant. And the PMCs have like holed up at the power plant. They've like put down their little like callops or whatever the hell they're called, caltraps or whatever. And they've set up like machine gun turrets, and there's like very clearly like mortars involved. And there's just like dudes fucking everywhere, and the militia are like, yeah, we're gonna do it. So it's almost this like, you can choose to take it head on and almost have it be this like almost like Russian sort of like World War II storming moment where you're just like, fuck it, let's just like let's all go
Spoilers.
together.
That's what I did.
Or you can go around, there's like a little mountain pass that you can go around through the side, where it's kind of like you having to sneak through a couple dudes, but you don't have to sneak through like the main conflict. And so most of the PMC guys are like distracted by the militia that are storming head on. So you can kind of sneak through. There's like a little creek and some other stuff, and you can kind of sneak through. But no matter what, if you choose the alternate route through the mountain pass, you will eventually get to the point where there's like vehicles and shit like all sitting right where you need to go. So it is a little trickier to maneuver that way. So I don't know. I'd be curious to hear how you guys tackled this scenario.
Yeah,
I definitely
yeah,
went
yeah.
into the I went into the power station and shut it down, and then the militia won. Is that this area that you're talking about? Is that the area you're talking about?
Yeah.
But I still felt like there was vehicles and a bunch of guys that way too.
Oh, gotcha. So you went head on or through the little like side passage?
Yeah, I killed so many people. And there was infinite guys coming until you actually shut that thing down. They just keep popping out of the door there. It's like a clown car.
Oh, that's
these
weird.
Dudes.
Huh.
Yeah.
It must be because if you were alerted, I wonder if that's why. Because when I came up through the little mountain pass, I was tranking guys, and by the time I tranked like the fourth or fifth guy on the power plant, I just heard militiamen like screaming victory and just like storming the place.
And I could be mixing this up with the area that's like just a little bit later because they're kind of similar to some degree.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Sam? It sounds like you went head on, applied directly to the forehead.
Yeah, I was about to thank you. Oh my God, I love you so much. That was the exact same joke I was going to make. I went so head on, I applied it directly to my forehead. I just went in guns blazing. Actually, so not really guns blazing. I did a little bit of like both. And I used the hold up mechanic a lot and like patted down dudes. And I discovered that if you pat down.
Touch?
Yeah! If you pat a dude down enough times, it gives you a triangle prompt. And if you press triangle while you're patting him down, Snake will just squeeze the guy's balls so hard that he passes out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, but it's funny. It's
tactical espionage action.
Yeah.
In the palm of my hand.
Mm-hmm. He's just checking for cancer, bro.
Yeah, he's checking for lumps, man. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a public service.
Did a lot of sneaking and a little bit of shooting and a lot of bit of ball squeezing
and moving on.
All in a day's work.
Help them clear out the area, and I love that. Like when you clear the area out, like they start cheering and celebrating, and they go, "We did it!" And there's like fireworks and clapping and cheering in the background.
Yeah,
like
it gets intense.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Yeah, I guess I was being stupid and like running in circles or like checking all the nooks and crannies in the power plant. And I think I must have like accidentally like hit one of the militiamen with the door that opened because like they went from celebrating and be like, "Yeah, we fucking did it," to like me running out of the power plant and one of them going, "What? What are you doing here?" And I was like, "What?" And he was just like, "What?" And then I just like ran, but like all the celebrating just like subsided immedately. Like, they're just like, "Who's that idiot? What's going on?" And I was just like, "I'm sorry, guys. Go back to celebrating."
Yeah. I went to some little explosions. There's a couple things inside the power station. There's a rifle scope up top, and then I found a I don't remember what it was. It was a sleep gas satchel.
A sleep?
It was a sleep gas satchel, and it's like a sleep grenade, but it's like remote controlled, so you can drop it and control
it's a satchel,
when it goes
man.
off.
As you do with satchels.
It's called the sleep gas satchel.
Sleep gas satchel. Isaac, what'd you do?
Yes.
How'd you do it?
So I had
when did you do
it? This one I did at a reasonable hour. I remember this part.
Did you
It was 12:30 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. Isaac was well rested.
Wide awake. No, this part was kind of mundane. I kind of didn't do what you guys did. I guess I went around completely.
Oh, that's what I did.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have to fight anybody. I just kind of like snuck around, and then I heard them celebrating, and then I got to the next cutscene. So I was like, all right, I guess.
Isaac's like in the corner flipping through the Emotion magazine, and then he just hears like, "We did it!"
I was like, I feel like I have to go through that building because I heard them say, "We gotta shut down the power." I was like, okay, I guess I gotta go with them. So I was gonna sneak around to the back, which I thought was a good idea, and then it just triggered a cutscene. So that was
Congratulations.
Thanks.
A stealth
Bless
boy
you.
is you. Very good. So yeah, then we get a cutscene where Snake is sneaking behind. Snake's trying to sneak a smoke behind a striker, just to have the skin monkey snatch it away and start puffing
Skin
it
monkey.
instead.
Just get fucking the skin monkey addicted to cigarettes for shame.
Immediately, like single puff, skin monkey's an addict.
Also, for really quick, like, I want to request from our listeners, if you think that Skin Monkey is also kind of cute, would you please write us and tell me this? And
We're not going to get any responses to that.
But
Yeah.
like, I just
The
need
people that were
somebody to
listening just
be like,
tuned out.
This is
They unsubscribed. Thanks, Sam.
this is like my crusade against Canada for the first season of, like, the first, like, half of the show.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, I just need somebody, one person, to validate me, because I think he's kind of cute.
Here come all the Canadians that weren't listening to us. They're like, Skin Monkey's the best. Like, those are all the
Hell yeah.
iTunes reviews in Canada.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Skin Monkey trades Snake and Apple for a cigarette, which, fair trade for Skin Monkey, I guess. And then Drebin shows up, and we have this very long and dragged out cutscene about the Beauty and the Beast Corps, B&B.
B&B.
And Drebin admits to having tracked us with our nanomachines that he injected us with in the Middle East, which kind of upsets Snake, but he very quickly moves on, which, okay. But essentially he tells us that the B&B squad, which is the Beauty and the Beast Corps, which is the weird women creatures that we saw in the Middle East, they've been ordered to eliminate Solid Snake on sight. And then Drebin takes a jab at Solid Snake, and he's like, Solid Snake, I ain't seen him around. More like an old snake. And then the psyche meter goes down.
That's Old Snake, proper
frowns
noun,
a little.
capital O.
I love
Old
that.
Snake.
Sad.
I love any of the cutscene jabs at Snake for being old and how they lower his meter, which happens a lot later on in this act, actually, which is really funny. But
And then Snake is pretty flabbergasted that they're women. He's like, what do you
Yeah.
mean they're women?
ladies can do that. But yeah, so it turns out that all the B&B unit are beautiful women underneath that have suffered a great trauma of war and post-traumatic battlefield damage, and so they got converted into war machines by who? The fuck knows.
And they're drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they're really just an excuse for Hideo Kojima to court these Japanese models that they were using
and
for,
Western models.
and Western models for their for his motion capture studio.
Yeah.
So
As Exhibit A, Hideo Kojima's Twitter, if you go through the photos, it's just a bunch of pervy shots of Hideo Kojima and beautiful women.
I bet his wife hates him.
Yeah. His wife's just like, you fucking horny dog, you.
Yeah.
But yeah, one, I will say this too. So there's this whole like, oh, deep within, there's a human inside. They're very fragile, but their bodies can't be exposed to the outside. So like somehow, it's so weird. Somehow, the game being like, no, women can fight too, Snake, and they're ruthless. They still somehow in the same breath incorporate, but they're fragile, beautiful little flowers that can't be damaged. And it's like, oh my God, you were so close. Like, you were so fucking close. Like, what are you doing? And then on top of that too, the thing that bothers me, and we'll get into it as we meet these women more and more, but like the trauma that they suffered to then become the Beauty and the Beast Corps, it gets laughably insane. Like, it's just like, oh man, like, just being in war is traumatic enough, but the game has to be like, no, she mutilated 3 million people with her bare teeth and a knuckle. And like, she was forced to
And they made her eat her family.
No. Because this is Hideo Kojima. She murdered 3 million people with her bare teeth and a moose knuckle.
Yeah, and it was like she had to sleep inside the corpse of a 12-year-old nun, like, for 3 months. Like, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, dear Lord.
She kicks dogs to death on sight. Like,
And like Sniper Wolf was a pretty cool character who also had like the same situation of having like the traumatic background, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, why did they have to go this route with all of this?
yeah, and it's like,
So-
I would almost much rather have like a strong, independent woman with a traumatic background who has a slightly revealing cleavage than
kind of
Sniper
like
in a sniper
kind of
rifle.
like Fortune a little bit.
Yeah, I would almost rather
Fortune,
have
Sniper
that
Wolf. Yeah.
than like this like war machine demon creature that on the inside's pretty much a naked woman who's screaming, and it's like okay.
And they're really every time I heard their story, it's very boring to me. I really don't care because they haven't really established them as a human being. It's just a monstrosity. I don't have any connection or care.
It's just a robot that has a gorgeous woman with a mental disorder inside of it. What's not to love?
And then they tell me, then they spend half an hour telling me their backstory.
Yeah.
And then Drebin like reinforces the fact that they've been like conditioned to believe that killing Snake will free them from their sorrow, pain, and fury. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then he gives us like their real names, and their real names are again like Laughing Octopus, Raging Raven, Crying Wolf, Screaming Mantis, and it's just like these sound like Mega Man X boss titles, like
Snakehound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he refers to them as the Snakehound unit, which I don't know if it was a joke or if that's like actually canon that there was a Snakehound unit.
I think this whole game is just like one big shark jump, like throughout the whole thing.
This is Sharknado Metal Gear Solid Edition.
Yeah. Also, so like getting into it a little bit further, though, they start having a conversation about whether or not Drebin is part of the Patriots. And he starts to say "Lolly Lule Lo," and he stops and he says that he's no patriot. Is this the first time in the series they've acknowledged that "Lolly Lule Lo" is a speech restriction on people saying the Patriots?
That's the first I heard it.
Yeah. When it's funny, too, because even Snake's like, you can say Patriot? And he gets like really stoked about it. He's like, finally, I can talk to somebody.
Because, like, it's just weird, because they refer to, like, obviously they refer to him several times in the series as the Lolly Lule Lo, and there's, like, a handful of people who say the Patriots. But I think this is the first time they've ever actually mentioned that, hey, some people with nanomachines, most people with nanomachines can't say Patriots, they have to say Lolly Lule Lo.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh, they're just going to kind of throw this away in this cutscene? Okay.
Yeah. Well, and it's like a weird form of censorship, I guess, because like they don't want people to be talking about the Patriots, so they try and like reinforce that that's not a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
by using just another word for the Patriots that everybody will understand to be the Patriots.
Eventually. Yeah, then it'll just be like, oh, the Lolly Lule Lo are the bad guys. And it's like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I do have a quick question. So if the task force given the mission to kill Snake is called the Snakehound unit, and I may have like severely misunderstood Metal Gear Solid 1's villains here. Does that mean that the Foxhound unit was put together to extinguish members of Fox?
I don't remember. I think that they were Foxhound, but they went rogue. I don't think that they were.
Well,
Alessio, I'm gonna throw this out for you because I think that it's just, and follow me on this.
A box.
Stupid.
Show's over.
Yeah. No, so I get it. The Foxhound guys went rogue, but I think Foxhound existed because Foxhound got started after Fox.
Oh yeah.
Fox got turned into Foxhound though.
I think that's right.
Okay,
that sounds right.
And
to
then
me.
these guys splintered off of Foxhound.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was the whole point of that.
Because I was just thinking, like, if Snakehound is tasked with killing Snake, does that mean Foxhound was tasked with killing whoever the fuck was left from Fox? But that doesn't make any sense.
If geese is the plural of goose, then why isn't meese the plural of moose?
Hell yeah! Is a rat if he's inside a house, or does he become a mouse when he's inside a house? You can't go to bed dead. All right, sorry. Anyway. But yeah, and then we also get some confirmation that AI Roy existed. In a flashback, when they're talking about the Patriots, we straight up hear like sounds from AI Roy talking about the Patriots. And Drebin just straight out comes out and says the Patriots are no longer human, that they're just the law and the system that keeps the world in check. Drebin straight up says the Patriots are America, and they are the war economy, and that they are that like all the people that created them are probably like long gone, and that the Patriots are just an AI now.
I think that this is. I think Kojima did have this in mind, like in Metal Gear Solid 2. I think all of that stuff about...
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, it's the whole reason why at the end it's like, the Patriots have been dead for 100 years. And
over
everybody's
100
like,
years, yeah.
Yeah.
And information control. It's just a system,
Yeah. So I think that stuff was there, but I think it was like, here's the surface, but let's talk deeper, I guess. But and then they established that there's 3 peripheral AIs and a core AI that ties them all together. There's a discussion of, and they use the word haven a whole lot, kind of like they talked about DNA and memes and everything else in the other games a lot. So I think haven's going to be a big theme, you guys. But yeah, so Drebin just keeps talking about like information havens where people can like dip away from all the info control. And that no Patriot access. You can't access the Patriots from outside, allegedly. And then Drebin backs down on Snake's questioning, and he's like, I'm just a gun launderer. I don't know shit. Like, right at the very end, which is like, what the... you can't know 90% of what you just told me and then back out. And then Snake gets kicked off of Drebin's little wagon, and the skin monkey is now addicted to cigarettes.
And is trying to trade a can of soda for a cigarette, and Snake is about to acquiesce, and Drebin's like, nah, dude.
Speaking of being an asshole, he's like reaching out. He's like really close to giving that monkey the cigarette. Like, what a jerk.
Yeah, like Snake's kinder to Skin Monkey than he is to Sonny. Let's talk.
Is that kindness though?
Hey, in Snake's Alzheimer's ridden mind, it is. I wish this was like at the end they just reveal, and like I'm not trying to poke fun at people with Alzheimer's, but it'd be funny as fuck if at the end they revealed that like Snake's just been having like a weird hallucination in a nursing home this whole time.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
But sorry. Anyway, so to wrap things up about gameplay wise before we dip into the final parts of the show,
well, we got one more like story beat.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
This.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
So we're in this little confinement facility just before this mansion, and in this little zone, this little pocket zone, we get a codec call from Jack again, and then Jack's like, my name's not Jack, it's Raiden. And Snake's like,
Jack
okay.
is dead.
And Raiden just says that he's been on a mission finding something for someone. And then it's really weird. He could have been like, I'm finding something for somebody. And Snake's like, what? And he's like, talk to you later. But no.
I'll tell you in Act 4.
Yeah, no, but he's like, I'll tell you. He's like, I'll tell you right now. He's like, I'm trying to find Big Boss's body for Big Mama. And it's like, what? In order to get Sonny's location, which didn't make any sense. He's like, I need Big Boss's body for Big Mama to get Sonny's location. And I just wanted Snake to be like, Sonny's with me, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. And he uses a code word, like a different language for Big Mama for no reason. He's like, I'm looking for Hakuna Matata.
Well, no, because like that's the name for her in like Europe, like that Eastern European language that they use. That's her name, and then Snake translates it to Big Mama. And then they never say Machka Pluku ever again.
Hakuna Matata. The Big Mama that they're referring to is in fact the Martin Lawrence character, Big Mama's house.
Oh, excellent.
But yeah, and then Snake's a little
that was Tyler
snitch.
Perry for some reason.
Yeah.
Snake is a little snitch. Like, if you were suspect that Snake was a little snitch when he told Roy about Meryl, Snake's about to double down on that shit. And I guess Snake's like, oh, I'm not going to live forever. I don't give a shit who I tell things to people.
Yeah.
Like, immediately switches to Rose's codec.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Rose, talking to your ex-BFF over here. Yeah. Hope this doesn't hurt your feelings or anything. Yeah, I guess Snake's just a dick to everybody, actually.
Yeah, he really is.
But yeah, you find out that, like, Jack lost his mind and left before their kid was born. And Rose is kind of scared of him now because he would just get drunk all the time. And does not want Snake to tell him that she is on this mission. And I kind of half expected it to switch back to Raiden and be like, hey, Rose is on this mission.
Hey, hey, is it okay if I merge the calls real quick? But yeah, it's weird. Well, and we get the weird, so we can kind of get the weird sense that like Jack clearly left for a purpose, but Rose is also saying that he was like becoming a deadbeat. So like we don't really know what's the correct story, and it seems almost as if Jack just got cold feet, and he's like, I don't want to be a dad. I'm gonna go travel the world and be Jack Kerouac. So, yeah, I don't know. And that's pretty much where we leave off, because right after this, we entered the mansion perimeter, and that is where we are going to begin our next episode. So do you guys have any final... Nick, do you have any final say on the mess of events that just happened?
It's been a wild ride.
Yup. Yeah, there's a way more expo dump at the beginning of this act than at the beginning of Act 1.
It's a lot. I really feel like there's not very much gameplay in this section at all. Like, it's just mostly cutscenes and stuff.
I think it says a lot whenever, like, not even a speed run, but so, like, Ben Garibaldi-Smith, who is playing along with the show, just recently fucking aced the game on Big Boss, or the Boss hard mode or whatever, like the most intense hard mode. He just got, like, 0 everything, like 0 alert, 0 continue, 0 everything, just, like, destroyed this game. And his playtime was 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Jesus.
So it's like, if you can skip every cutscene in the game's fucking 3.5 hours. So I think it's a point of evidence towards what you're saying, Nick.
Yeah.
Can I throw something out that kind of creeps into the next episode since I'm not going to be here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, when you go into the next section, because you're about to attack the palace, there's a cutscene at one point, like a very short one, where the rebels bring in a bulldozer, and I was like,
Wardozer's the shit.
Yeah, a wardozer, and I was looking at it, I was like, that historically has not gone well for you guys in the past, because the last time they used a wardozer, the Beauty and the Beast unit wrecked them to death, so I was very concerned for these guys.
Yeah. Dude, you can't bring the wardozer and then expect to back down. You gotta go hard if you're rolling in with the wardozer.
Yeah, dude.
One thing I was really disappointed about is at the very beginning of when you're heading to South America, they talked about Snake having to go in on a 4x4, and I wanted to see that part of the game. Him riding around,
play that part of the game
through the jungle.
That would have been badass. So. They just, like, paid a random dude to drive him around.
Snake driving around on a quad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But there's like, it's like Dumb and Dumber though. There's 2 guys, his driver, and he's just having to straddle the other guy.
That'd be amazing. He's stuck in the middle, and they're just like, "You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?" And Snake's just like,
no. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Yeah. Did you say nerd?
Mock C. Sorry. That's a family favorite, you guys. Anyway, so yeah, that's been our show for this episode. As Sam alluded to, next episode we will actually be having Ben Garibaldi-Smith, and he will be joined by me and Isaac, and we will be discussing Part 2 of Act 2, as well as doubling down and also recording listener responses on the same night, so same day. So if you guys are listening to this and you have Act 2 thoughts, be sure to email those to contact@foreveranastronaut.com or post it as a message to our Facebook page before next Thursday, which I am slipping on the date of what that would be. What's today? The 16th? It'd be like April 3rd. Is that right? Something? Anyway, the Thursday that you are listening to this. So you have like 4 days from which you are listening to this to get us your notes. But yeah, due to time zone differences, Sam won't be able to join us, and me and Isaac will be recording with Ben at 1 p.m. Central, so that Ben doesn't have to be talking to us at 3 in the morning his time. But yeah, so that will be next episode. And then after that, like I said, will be our listener response episode. So it'll be fun. Sam will be joining us back again in Act 4. Is that right, Sam?
3, because we were going to work out how we were going to do that, because 3 is kind of my favorite
that's
act.
right. That's right. Yeah. So never mind. He'll be back in Act 3, in which we'll be joined by Patrick Smith. Hooray! So we got double UK guests on the show. It'll be fun. So yeah. It'll be good. Nick, it was a pleasure having you. Where can people find you online, good sir?
Thanks for having me. You can find me at Grindcore, the RPG podcast, if you search for it on Facebook, or iTunes or SoundCloud, all those. Or email me at grindcorerpg@gmail.com.
Sweet. Sam, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, at Sanjul, Sanjuul. Also, I finally started a podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you can go on FromAnotherMother.podbean.com or find yeah.
I like
Or you
everything to do with that URL.
Yeah, the Podbean really punctuates
it really pops. That's where I host it. You can subscribe to the RSS feed there, but the podcast is called From Another Mother. It's just kind of like a free-flowing conversation I have with my friend Jeff, who I've known for about 12 years. I think it's funny, and it's just kind of fun and like a personal like friendship thing that I wanted to do with him, and he wanted to do as well. So you can subscribe on iTunes, From Another Mother, or like I said, you can go to FromAnotherMother.podbean.com, which I also love as well.
Awesome. Isaac, are you doing a podcast? Because everybody else is.
Yeah, I'll be recording one soon here in a bit with my dog.
Nice. Isaac.biz.
It's called Can I Pet Your Dog? With Isaac Sim.
How to Pet Your Dog, an informative guide.
The different ways.
Very nice.
They are, yeah.
And
that kind of like, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
Go ahead.
But there's a video that reminded me how many different ways to pet a dog. There's a video on YouTube called 100 Ways to Love a Cat, and it's a song. It starts off, there are 100 ways to love a cat, 100 loving ways, and then proceeds to do that 100 times. And
Oh, no.
only ever made it to like 30.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that nightmare aside, you can follow me at AC Summerfield on Twitter. If you're going to tweet about the show, please include hashtag Metal Gear Mondays so that I can find you, because heads up, you guys, I have Hootsuite, and every time that hashtag gets tweeted, I see it. So if you want to talk about the show, do hashtag Metal Gear Mondays or tweet at AC Summerfield. Besides that, we already kind of talked a little bit about it. I can't remember. No, actually we didn't. Holy shit. Forever and Astronaut, did we? Yes, probably. I don't know. Forever and Astronaut. ForeverandAstronaut.com for all of our other podcasts. Patreon.com/Forever and Astronaut to get episodes a day early. Leave an iTunes rating or a review. That helps us a lot. Tell a friend. Like us on Facebook. You can like Forever and Astronaut or Metal Gear Mondays on Facebook. We will be rolling out the official Dev Diary podcast with some star-studded guests. Starting first week of April, James Reichmuth hosts that show, and we'll be providing a video component that I'm going to be filming for each of those episodes. So it's going to be James conversating with an indie game dev about what it's like to do that in a compelling way. So it's not going to be puff piece PR interview bullshit. It's going to be James asking some legitimately cool, genuine questions and getting some cool, genuine conversations started. And you can also check out our comedy show, Waiting for Michael, where me and James just wait for Michael Ian Black. That's the show. Or you can go to Nocturnal. You can check out Nocturnal Transmissions, which is partially the Forever and Astronaut behind the scenes podcast, but it's also it's become formally a filmmaking podcast and digital media content creation podcast, where we have different guests come on and talk about ways that you can make shit that you want to make and like what that means and what it is. So it's pretty fun. So if you have any questions from filmmaking, podcasting, any of those perspectives, we answer those on Nocturnal Transmissions. So there's a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, that's been the show. Nick and Sam, both of you guys may be away from the show for a little bit from here on out. Less so Sam.
It's just a box.
All right, there we go.
No. Hey. Don't
Sam,
you fucking
Sam,
take
get in
this
there.
away from me.
So Sam and
How
Nick,
dare you.
you guys
Done,
gotta
Sam.
you guys gotta vocally Rochambeau for it, or both say it at the same time.
I thought it was like a Clint Eastwood quick draw.
It was
and
good. You
whoever
got it.
said it.
You got
first.
it. You got. I'm gonna give it to Nick. Sorry, Sam.
How about no? It's just a box,
It's-
and that's the end of the podcast.
How about this? You guys are gonna quick draw, starting now.
It's just a box.
Damn.
I just want to let you know what a good sport I am.
I want it.
I wanted you to have it.
Y'all go fuck yourself.
So technically, Nick shot first, and then Sam came back with the second fire.
Well, with digital editing, we can make it look like we shot at the same time, so it's fine.
That's true. But the true fans will always know that Nick shot first.
Yeah. That means
There you go. That's right.
It was a Star Wars joke.
That's right. You're Greedo, Sam.
Oh,
like
no.
I don't like this is racist somehow. It's just a box.
Just a box.